welcome Port Washington. Yes. To all the people back there up on the lawn, I hope you're having a great time tonight. We are too. Will you please all welcome to the stage, my friends, Mr. Steve Muddy Roues. And come on up, guys. They're waiting to come up one by one here. Steve Muddy Roues, Billy Muddy Roues, and Ed the Hammer Steinberg. The Roues Brothers.
By the way, the live stream, the volume is like way down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just could hardly hear you on there. Good evening, everybody. I know you don't know us from Adam. But Adam don't know us either. Waiting for my tubes to warm up. Okay, you're welcome here in our sweet home. A little song that we wrote a while back goes like this. Got some miles to go. You can't find the end inside, and you can't find a friend you know. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter where you go. It don't matter if you still welcome here in our sweet home. People sometimes lose their way, wind up in a cold, strange place, searching for a brand new day, some dignity instead of disgrace. It don't matter rich or poor, it's better than the hell you know. Come on in this kitchen, there's a gathering storm. You welcome here in our sweet home. All right. Whoa. Oh, baby, don't you wanna go? Yeah, we don't call it Kokomo. It don't matter where you're from. piano, Daddy. I wanna tell you all about the way they treated me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We mixed a little bit of a couple of things there. There was a recording. Well, the song, If I Had Possession Over Judgment Day, is what that was based on by Robert Johnson, which he recorded in 1936 or 37. And later it was recorded, the version that we were doing was recorded by Muddy Waters, Little Walter, and babyface Leroy Foster, who played drums. And it was his band. And it was around 1949. And it came out on a different label than Chess Records. They were just creating Chicago blues. And they kind of were just jamming on that. It was harmonica, slide guitar in a Spanish tuning, the open G tuning, which it got its name because of the fact that the Spanish fandango in the 1800s, people were learning to play in fact, parlor guitar players, white aristocratic women were buying acoustic guitars, and they were learning the Spanish fandango and the siege at Sebastopol, the Sebastopol. So they were both in two different tunings. One was in an open G tuning, which when it got into the hands of the Delta blues players, the rural, in the 1890s, they just called it Spanish, coming from Spanish fandango. And the other tuning, which I'm going to use later in the show, is called Vestipol. The Battle of Sebastopol, but it just ended up being called Vestipol. And it's an open D tune. This is an open G. Anyways, we are avid record collectors, and wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Before we do that, record collector one, we have a song here. We'll get to that one. This is called the New Depression Blues, and it's kind of based on a different style of Mississippi blues. It's the Mississippi Hill Country Blues. And, well, you'll hear a difference in the sound. There's a new depression coming now. How will we get by? There's a new depression coming out. How will we get by? Don't cry now, baby. Don't cry now, baby. You know we'll get by. Don't cry now, baby. Don't cry now, baby. You know we'll get by. Where you wake up in the morning, baby, you got tears in your eyes. When you wake up in the morning, got tears in your eyes. Don't cry now, babe. Don't cry now, babe. You know we'll get by. Don't cry now, babe. Don't cry now, babe. You know we'll get by. Things all better than ever before, but you never would know it from my front door. Got an ivory tower reaching up to the sky, but none of my people can reach that high. Some people so mean, so evil and cruel, they don't know how to live by the golden rule. So don't you let the damn tear us apart. Wanna bring solace, baby, to your heart. Don't cry now, babe. Don't cry now, babe. You know we'll get by. Don't cry now, babe. Don't cry now, babe. You know we'll get by. Don't cry now, baby. You know we'll get by. Don't cry now, baby. Don't cry now, baby. You know we'll get by. You know we'll get by. You know we'll get by. Thank you. Okay, so here's our record collecting song. We have a version of this that we recorded on our album, which is called Undaunted, and we are selling digital downloads of that tonight. If you want to pick one up, we're after the show. This is a different version of it, but it's the same song. There's a little John Lee Hooker in this thing. By the way, this is my brother Muddy Roues over here playing the harmonica and the bass. He once played all night with John Lee Hooker playing harmonica behind him.
That's right.
That was a while back. So this is called
1970 something.
Huh?
1970 something.
Yeah.
A long time.
It was way
ago.
back. So this is a thing called Behind the Dixie Sun. Body and mind shun the light of day, and you lead a little bit rock that play. Little dose of rock and some low down blues. You go to the store, sell that kind of music. Way in the back of a little record shop, it was down in Memphis, Tennessee. Muddy and me sound a song about you know they sure sound great. You hear them on every morning for you. Saying I need someone to call and hear all alone. And I throw one on. Feel like I'm back behind the Dixie Sun. Found a howling wolf, passing by blues with morning at daybreak on the flip side too. Sonny Boy Williamson and Elmo James found that muddy waters hoochie coochie. Blind boy fuller was a steal and force open his can on not much longer by little Walter. John Lee Hooker singing the road is so rough you could spend those half an hour and never get enough. You feel the morning blues every morning for you, saying I need someone because I'm here all alone. And I'ma throw one on. Feel like I'm back behind the Dixie Sun. Let's go back down, boy. The last time we went back for more seems like the previous time. We must have cleaned out the store. Still we managed to find some Lightning Slim, Lightning Hopkins and a guitar slim. And an old Hank Williams man, he's number one. That Billy Lee O'Reilly and Carl Perkins' own son. Found a rockin' Bo Diddley and a fat domino. Sonny and Brownie sing a bottle up, go. You hear the morning blues, every morning for you. Say I need someone because I'm here all alone. And every time I throw one on, feel like I'm back behind the Dixie Sun. Going back behind the Dixie Sun. Going back behind the Dixie Sun. Let's go! I'm troubled, and I'm all worried. There ain't no way for me to be satisfied now. Just can't keep from crying. When I grow a little baby, she's gonna jump that child. That old train be late, man, and I'll come walking out. Honey, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried. Ain't no way for me to be satisfied now. Just can't keep from crying. Well, I feels like slapping whistle in your face. I'm gonna make some radio and be working. Now, honey, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried. Ain't no way for me to be satisfied now. Just can't keep from crying. Come on, buddy. Little baby, she's gonna jump in. That old train be late, man, and I'll come walking out. Honey, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried. Ain't no way for me to be satisfied. I just can't keep from crying. Thank you. That's a Muddy Waters tune that he took up from the, when he was living in the Mississippi Delta and Alan Lomax came to visit him, he recorded that acoustically and then he just evolved the song until he finally did a recording, just his hollow body electric guitar. He created Chicago blues. And
that was
he
Big,
had
Big Crawford
Big Crawford on the
Who-
bass. Right.
initiated that slapping bass, which was great. I love that.
Okay. The Rolling Stones also covered that on their very first album, Can't Be Satisfied. All right, so. Muddy's got a song for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so not everything we do is going to be in the blues vein, although all of it rooted there. So, a number of years back, Billy and I were down south in Nashville. And a fella down there who we got together with and did some writing with gave me a book called Company H. The book was the autobiography of a Confederate foot soldier. And I read that book and I wrote this song. I am no infidel. I am his soldier. My gun is all I own. I make no choices. I follow orders. And I'm far away from my home. I am no infidel. I have a mother, a sister, a brother too. I have a wife, she was my sweetheart, waiting over those mountains blue. I am no I am no martyr. I aim my rifle true, and I have killed men, so many I don't know. But you know, they tried to kill me too. I am no infidel. I've watched my comrades hang, get blown to bits and run clear through. And I have charged the night and in victory sang. When I wagered my life I would lose, I am no infidel. The red dust rose in my bloodshot eyes, the blood-red moon rising high. A question rose in my prayers tonight. If I'm forsaken, tell me why. I am no infidel. I am my Father's child, waiting for an answer true. And I have searched this world beyond the clouds, where I know we will all meet soon. I am no infidel. Thank God. Thank God. I am no infidel. Thank you.
This is a song I wrote way back in the 70s. And I've been rewriting and writing and rewriting it over the years, but I can't seem to let it go. So around that time, we lived near the Ramapo Mountains. And around that time, I wound up living at the foothills of those mountains, in the woods. And in my growing up, encountered members of the Ramapo Mountain Indian tribe. They were, the vulgar name that was given to them were Jackson Whites. And they were up there for hundreds of years, up in those mountains. And I went to, sixth grade. I was in a class with a girl who was from one of the families. Later on, we wound up recording a young woman, great songwriter. Anyways, the song's called Foothills of the Ramapos. And it goes like this. Oh, the springtime is coming. Tell me, how do you know? I hear the wild geese flying up above the bungalow. and have remembered laughter I recall from better days, fleeting through the rafters in the lifting morning hay. And it's peaceful here in the morning at the foothills of the Ramapo. Mount Ivy has now woken to the day, and you wouldn't really know from the truckers on 202 how Rockland could ever be this way. Well, moved out to a broke down palace back off of Lime Kiln Road. The day we were evicted, I swear it snowed and snowed. So I wandered and I drifted out to Bailey's in the woods, in the shadows of those mountains so long misunderstood. And it's peaceful here in the morning at the foothill of the Ramapo. Mount Ivy has now woken to the day, and you wouldn't really know from the truckers on 202 that Rockland could ever be this way. Survived by 3 children and his wife Charlene DeFries, was murdered out on Stag Hill Road just for riding his ATV. The parks ranger that shot him was acquitted and his family left in tears. They still mourn their fallen warrior even after all these years. See, you could call a man a thief, you could spread old lies, and you would be dead wrong. Try to rob him of his dignity and even the place that he calls home. He said, we're Ramapo Mountain Indians, don't you call us Jackson Whites. We've been up here 400 years, so let us live our lives. And me, I used to rock and ramble all along the Kaiser's Trail. And of those mountain people, we'd heard many a dark tale. But if our paths did cross, they'd smile and then they'd go on their own way, deep into the mountains, up above the Crystal Lake. And it's peaceful here in the morning at the foothill of the Ramapo. Mount Ivy has now woken to the day, and you wouldn't really know from the truckers on 202 that Rockland could ever be this way. Thank you.
I guess it was about 10 years ago, Billy and I were playing in Memorial Park in Nyack. It was a health care for all rally. The park was full of people. The moon was rising behind us over the Hudson, and everybody was anticipating the arrival of none other than Pete Seeger, who had been at, I think, 2 or maybe even 3 other rallies that day.
Yeah,
And
unbelievable.
so he got there late. Billy and I were on stage when suddenly the crowd parted like the Red Sea. And up comes Pete Seeger. Got on stage and we got to play with him. I wrote this song for that rally. It's called American Orphan. We usually do it with bass, but I'm the bass player.
Polly, pretty Polly, she was just a young girl. Smile so bright, she could light up the world. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, she got sick one day. Pretty Polly could not go out and play. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, she got worse and worse. Call for a doctor, recall for a nurse. But her mother and I, we just could not pay. Though the both of us work 8 hours a day. I didn't want to leave you alone. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, I work my fingers to the bone. But your friends would come by your side, they'd stay, and they'd talk, and they'd hope, and they'd cry, and they'd pray. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, as we lower you down, hearts that are breaking is the only sound. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, my dear little child, you're America's orphan, a child left behind. You're America's orphan, but you'll always be mine.
You know, we play in a Cajun Zydeco band sometimes. It's called the Up South Twisters. This is an original song. I wrote this back in the 90s. Anyways, we recorded the song. It's the title song of our album, the Roues Brothers album. It's called Undaunted. Give him a chance to get on all his paraphernalia over there. One time we opened for Clarence Gatemouth Brown, and you know, he played some Cajun fiddle, but besides some amazing guitar. asked me to send him this song. He really dug it. And for me, that's all I need. Yeehaw! Well, if you're looking for trouble, and if you're looking for fun, somewhere in the night, you're gonna find you some. And if you wanna dance to live music, maybe just to stick around. Somewhere in the darkness, you're gonna hear this sound. And I don't care at all if the next big thing has come. Still feel it in my heart, sounding like the beat of a drum. Well, I don't change my song, 'cause by its spell I'm haunted. I will carry on, undaunted. Well, some say it's too simple, I say they're all wrong. It's the heartbeat of the Southland, even that bayou song. Well, some say you'll never make money, but either way I've never seen none. I may die less than rich man, but I still had my fun. And I don't care at all if the next big thing is gone. Still feel it in my heart, running like a beat of a drum. And I won't change my song, 'cause by its spell I'm haunted. I will carry on, undaunted. Hey, yeah, so shake, shake your body, grind your hips so slow. Baby, I think you got it, and the way you move down low. And you know if I was single, you'll try to make your mind. 7 days you can't say I treat you fine. And if you say to me your kisses are unwanted, I still carry on. If you love me, and I don't care at all if the next big thing is gone. Still feel it in my heart, pounding like the beat of a drum. And I won't change my song, 'cause by its spell I'm haunted. I will carry on, undaunted. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Well, in that band, we also we recorded that song on that album as well. We have that with us, and this song is also on there, one that Muddy wrote, and it's a Cajun style waltz.
Written in the style of a Cajun waltz. The song is written about the legend of Amadi Ardois. Amadi Ardois is known for perhaps being the originator of the Zydeco, Cajun Zydeco sound. He was a squeeze box player. He recorded back in, I believe it was the 20s, 30s, with a fiddle player named Dennis McGee. And as the legend goes, he was a black Cajun player, squeeze box player, and he played parties down there. And he was playing a party, and one of the ladies of the house, I think, became enamored and went up to him and wiped the sweat off his brow while he was playing. And the good old boys didn't like that. So after the party was over, they ambushed him and basically ruined him. As the story goes, he died in a hospital somewhere a few months later. The song kind of has a little bit of a message in that it kind of assumes that there was some remorse felt by that lady. Anyway, it's called Amadee.
Oh, sing to me, Amadee, a friend, a stranger, but you don't know your place. Oh, sing to me, sweet Amadee, with my pretty white linen, I wipe the sweat from your face. By the light of the stars in the sky, to your sweet squeeze box sound, we all danced with delight. I knew then, though we never met, your voice was a sound I would never forget. Oh, sing to me, stranger, but you don't know your place. Oh, sing to me, sweet Amadee, with my pretty white linen, oh, wipe the sweat from your face. In the night, the hot sweltering night, they cut you, they beat you to an inch of your life, ran you down, left you for dead, so I would not hear your sweet voice again. Oh, sing to me, Amadee, a friend, a stranger, but you don't know your place. Oh, sing to me, sweet Amadee, with my pretty white linen, wipe the sweat from your face. Well, in the dawn, by the morning sun, how will you forgive me what my kid has done? Wretched, torn, tormented and shamed, in pretty white linen, I stand over your grave. Oh, sing to me, Amadee, a friend, a stranger, but you don't know your place. Oh, sing to me, sweet Amadee, with my pretty white linen, wipe the sweat from your face. Hey!
We recorded this song, this next one, way back in the late 80s. I think it was 1989. We recorded this song on an album that never got released. We had a band called the Broadcasters, and we had one album out, one on a major label. You know the group that's playing across the street, the Smithereens? We kind of took their place on this label, Enigma Records. We got signed as they were moving up to Capitol. We moved up to Enigma, and we crossed paths with them many times. Anyways, this was our second album that never got released, but this is a song that just feels very relevant today. It's called The Human Condition. Let me just make sure I'm in tune because... You ask about my political stand, better check out the human condition. You may find out of the mouths of babes come living words of wisdom. If it's true we're digging our own graves, why hang on to a system? Why don't we bend all our isms to the shape of the human condition? We fuss and fight over trivial points of ideology. Our religious leaders try to calm the souls of their theology. When so many are dissatisfied, maybe something's really missing. Come on and bend all your isms to the shape of the human condition. Oh yeah. All right. Well, they made the rules and they weren't joking. I say the rules were made to be broken. Well, life is too short, why can't it be worth living? Come on and bend all your isms to the shape of the human condition. Oh yeah. All right. Come on, buddy. You ask about my political stand for you write the laws of your land. Check out the people you say you serve. Don't blow up the world and say you try to do good. Well, may not get another chance to stop taking and start giving. Come on and make all your decisions in true faith of the human condition. Yeah. Oh yeah. They made the rules and they weren't broken. I said the rules were made to be broken. And life is too short, why can't it be worth living?
Okay, now while I got the holy fire in me, a couple years ago, 2017 in August, on August 12th, 2017, a bunch of Nazis swarmed into Charlottesville. And a couple days later, I wrote this song. We just did a let me check this out here. We just did a he spoke of Pete Seeger. We just did a centennial celebration of Pete Seeger's life. Had about 23 performers, including Aztec Two-Step and John Poussette Dart and Sam Wayman and a bunch of other people. Real good crew of people. And did some of these songs, and this was one of them. It's called Charlottesville. I see the armies of darkness marching in, dressed in regalia of hate and ignorance, armed to the teeth with a vicious lust to kill, like rats out of the sewer swarming into Charlottesville. Left one woman dead and two men in blue, while it's evident the president never had a clue. This machine kills the fascists and all the hateful kind. 6 brass strings and 2 good hands will rally hearts and minds. Remember Heather Heyer, murdered here on August 12th. The vicious coward that killed her, may he rot in his cold cell. Another pawn in the game of the man who would be king. And like a dawn he leads them on to bend and kiss his ring, while his nervous little hand tweak decrees and reprimand. But when it comes to courage, he's always on the land. This machine kills the racists and all that slop and swill. Will not forget what happened here down in Charlottesville. That I need are these words in this guitar. And I'm no prophet, no pundit. I don't need to hear them from those superstars. Tell me what to think or feel about the things I know should never stand, like monuments to traitors who betrayed them and enslaved their fellow man. And if you come around the streets of my hometown and spout that nationalist bullshit, you're gonna get shouted down. Well, this machine kills fascists. Woody Guthrie said, well, drums will pound and the guitars will sound, and we'll remember. Guitars will sound and the drums will pound as we remember Charlottesville.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have your opinion. I don't care. I know what I saw. Anyways, let's do Missouri Night. It's a little high there.
So, here's another song I wrote after reading the book. Seems appropriate. I'm playing in a library. I got all these songs. Just goes to show you what happens when you read. You never know. I have no sound on this, guys.
I could use to hear this in the monitor a little bit.
There's no guitar.
There we go.
Thank you.
Can I have some more of this? The mandolin?
Thanks. So, I read a book called, I forget what it was called. It was the biography of Jesse James. It was written by T.J. Stiles. Great book. And it gave a little bit of insight into, you know, how we think of Jesse James, but behind all that, although none of it is forgiven, is a man, and a man with a child, too. It's called Missouri Night. Light betrayed the Missouri night. Into St. Joseph town it crept. No one could know what was about to go down at 13th and Lafayette. The young boy dreams before he wakes. His heart begins to pound. He don't even know his father's true name. He says, Daddy, don't you lay your guns down. Lay 'em down, Jesse, lay your gun down. That old Grim Reaper, he's in town. Lay 'em down, Jesse. Lay your pistols down. You won't need 'em in that very April 3rd, 1882, the sun was a burning flame. It was not Christ betrayed on that day, just an outlaw named Jesse James. He had nothing in his hand but a dusting broom. He had laid his guns on the bed. He stood up on a chair to clean a picture frame when a bullet ripped right through his head. Lay him down, Jesse, lay your gun down. That old Grim Reaper, he's in town. Lay him down, Jesse. Lay your pistols down. You won't need 'em on the burial ground. But now old Charlie Ford and his brother Bob too, as cowards are renowned. For they would not draw on Jesse James until he laid his pistols down. Lay them down, Jesse, lay your guns down. That old Grim Reaper, he's in. Lay them down, Jesse, lay your pistols down. You won't need them in that very ground. You're gonna hear that familiar sound. Then I'll meet you in that very ground. Light betrayed the Missouri night.
All right. I guess this is a song about grief. Beyond that broke down barn.
Where's she gone? She gone, good God, she gone. Where's she gone? Good God, she gone. Yes, she gone. Good God, she gone. To a field of flowers beyond that broke down barn. The leaves are falling, they paint the green earth brown. Yeah, the leaves are falling, they paint fields red and brown. As I walk these hills out on that sacred ground, where she's gone. Good God, she's gone. She gone. Good God, she's gone. To
wide. Yeah, the snow is falling. Yet it paints the whole world white. As I call your name into that silent night, where's he gone? Good God, she's gone. Where's he gone? Good God, she's gone. To a field of flowers beyond that broke down barn. Thank you. Gotta change the tuning, Steve. This is the Vestipole tuning that I was telling you about. Open D.
I wouldn't have known that.
Very common tuning.
Well, I'll let this one talk for itself. If you're a musician, especially, you'll get it. Called Digging for Gold. The rain is pouring down. Coming down in buckets, baby. Window glass is rattling. The wind is howling. I'd like to reel you in. Man, I would love to take you out. I know we both thought things would be better by now. You say I'm too old to be out digging for gold. Baby, stay home tonight. Man, the club was half empty. Nobody coming out in this pouring rain. We did our thing, that's right. our hearts out just the same. The moon was clear and bright when I got home last night, and I knew the sun would soon rise on another day. I know I'm too old to be out digging for gold. Baby, I ain't digging for nothing. Still, I think I'll stay home tonight. I got nothing more to say but my soul. Hey baby, where you going? Just out to meet a few friends. That's all right. Just keep it tight now. The candles burning at both ends. I still remember the night. It was the 4th of July. I held you tight. I kissed you for the very first time. Now I'm too old to be out digging for gold. But baby, I'm just doing what I know. Tomorrow night I got another show. So come on, baby. Come on. Let's stay home tonight. Everything gonna be alright. We can sit by the firelight. Let's stay home tonight. Thank you.
This is a song about Mississippi Fred McDowell, his good friend Johnny C. Wood. A recording by George Eliot. This stranger went up to Como, North Mississippi town. He was looking for a red to go. He's gonna shake, sail on down. Well, he said down at a gas station. He said, I want to cut a record on you. Well, Mississippi Fred looked him in the eyes and said, here's what we gotta do. Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Johnny C. Wood.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Yeah, shaking them on down real good, break 'em way down low. Let's take a look. When he was Mississippi said, Fred, Johnny C. Wood, they were popping down the planet on down real good. Well, they wanna come back to my house. If you don't find me around, I'll be somewhere off with my baby, and we'll be shaking them on down, shaking way down low. Oh! Way back in '67, George Miller just went to the got the Mississippi Fred and he wanted to shake them on down. Well, they put it out on Fast Fossil, and that's what they want to do. Well, Fred looked the man in the eye. He said, here's what we gotta do. Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Johnny C. Wood.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Yeah, we're gonna shake them on down real good. Shake them way down low. Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Johnny C. Wood.
Let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
There's Johnny. Johnny C. Wood. Well, let's go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Well, let's go find Johnny. Johnny C. Wood. Well, go find Johnny.
Let's go find Johnny.
Yeah, shake them all down real good. Shake them way down low. We got one last song for you. It's been so wonderful playing for you people. You're such a great audience. And we're having a good time. This is another one we wrote in way back. You know, it's a funny thing. I mean, songs, they come back to haunt you. After what happened in El Paso with, you know, the gun violence down there in August, it just kind of revived this song. And we're going to do it for you. It's an intense little thing, but it's a rocker, you know. If you feel like getting up and dancing, you please do it. It's just rock and roll music. And it goes like this. It's called Burning Bloody Sun. Got to ride again. There's another day and night to live. It's here after I cannot sleep. Wasting my hours in slumber and sleep. Now burning bloody sun. Don't have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Kiss the morning star, now she is gone. When you shot the blue moon and run away down in El Paso on a hot summer day. I'm burning bloody sun. What have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Shadows of night, hot old evil and sin. With no reserve, but the darkness is here. But the day will come, the day will come. You have to face that bloody red sun now. Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? They found the blue, they found the blood. They found a clue, a street of hatred and lies, quoting from the man with the beady blue eyes, reciting phony words to the sky what he done. You hear the hell was the man with the good guy with the gun. What have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Come on. Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Burning bloody sun. What have you done? Thank you very much. We're the Roues Brothers. Wanted to excite you in the last couple of minutes.
Give it up for the Roues Brothers. All right. Billy Roues. Steve Muddy Roues.
Thank you.
Ed Steinberg. CDs are available. The guys who got this, they will be out in just a moment. Sign and sell if you'd like. Thank you all for coming out to SoundSwap. Don't forget, January 6th, snap ahead.